Hi everyone, welcome back. Today we're down at a friend's place doing a bit of work. We've just finished servicing this tractor and the seeding rig for them, so this is ready to go. And I just thought I would quickly show you what sort of seeding rig is used on a medium-sized farm. The tractor they're using is a Ford New Holland 8970. I think this one's just under 250 horsepower. It's got a 6-cylinder turbocharged diesel engine in it. This is a really nice tractor. It's getting on a bit now, but it has been an incredibly reliable tractor for them. We'll just jump up in the cab and I'll show you a little bit from in the cab. It's always a bit tricky to get a good view of the controls in the cab. So standard steering wheel, clutch, brakes and accelerator down the bottom here. Gearbox on this one, it has a beautiful gearbox. These are really expensive when they go wrong, but they work really well. Clutch down to go into gear. It's got forward and reverse, so push the clutch down, push it into gear. While you are going to go up and down a gear, push it that way to go up, pull it towards you to come down. It's got about 15, 16 gears I think to go up and down through. We have our 3 hydraulic levers here. The fan on the air seeder is hydraulically operated, so this lever is the hydraulics for the fan. This lever is to fold the seeder up for when we want to come down the road or through gates and things like that, and this is to raise and lower the lever. Back here we have the controller for the air seeder. So we've got our master on and off. This puts the seeder in and out of gear, and then with this you can set your rates. It tells you when you're running out of seed or fertilizer, and gives you area, speed, all of that sort of stuff that you might want to monitor. So on the back here we have our seed and fertilizer bin. I think this holds about 5 tons of seed and fertilizer. So from the back here we've got a whole bundle of hydraulic hoses to run everything that plugs into the tractor, and a big bundle of wires to control it all as well. Up the front here we've got a big air blower fan with the hydraulic motor on it. This provides the air to move the seed from the box back down into the seeder. So we'll go up the top and I'll show you in the 2 bins up here. So this one's the grain bin. You can tell because of the red stuff which is from the seed coating. The fertilizer bin is exactly the same. I think it's slightly bigger though. With these bins, it's really important to make sure that these seals are good. If these start leaking, you start losing too much air to blow the seed back to your seeder bar here. Okay, so underneath here, driven off the wheel of the seeder, we've got an electric clutch in here. Sorry about the shadows. Then we've got a chain drive up to a couple of gearboxes here. This is where we set the seed and super rates. In here we've got some metering rollers. These turn and allow the seed to drop. As they turn, they drop a little bit of seed through. This gets lifted up and clamped underneath, and these are the pipes that the air gets blown down to blow the seed back to the seeder bar. Okay, back here we have a 23-foot wide Leon's seeder bar that's hooked onto the back of the seeder bin. Once again, we've got a bundle of hydraulic hoses running back to raise and lower and fold this up, and these are the main air seed tubes that go from under the metering rollers on the seed box back down here onto these divider heads here, and that splits it up and takes the grain down to each one of these points here. So the seeding units that are strapped onto the bar here, this blue section, has the seeding tine here with a big spring here. Now this means that when we hit a rock down there, we don't break anything. We push the tine back and it springs out the way when we are, as we're traveling. Now this needs about 350 pounds of force to move it out the way, so there's a fair bit of pressure on it to move it. The seed comes down this white pipe here. Look out please, Nipper. Good dog. We've got knife points on the front here, so these cut a trench in the soil. We've then got a little closer plate here that sets the right sort of depth for the seed to drop in, and the seed drops out through this hole in the back here. Once the seed has dropped into the trench, the knife point digs much deeper than the seed needs to go in. This softens up the soil so that the roots can penetrate the soil as the seed is germinating. The closer plate here just makes sure it's at the seed is then planted at the right depth. Once the seed's been dropped into the trench there, we've got press wheels at the back here. These just run over the seed furrow and press down the dirt on top of the seed to make sure you've got really good soil contact with the seed. You need the moist soil in good contact with the seed. That gives you a much better germination. So on this particular machine, they are running at 12-inch row spacings. So each row of seed is 12 inches away from the next one. That's considered wide for this area here. Further out east where the rainfall's a bit lower, this is a common seeding width. Around here often it's about 7 inches, but this seeder arrived with 12-inch spacings and that's what they have decided to stick with. Now when you are transporting this down the road, and this does a fair bit of road work up and down because they've got a number of lease blocks here, this is obviously way too wide to transport down the road the way it is. So it's actually hinged here on each side, and these side wings fold up to allow you to transport it down the road much narrower than it currently is. So this is also quite a small bar for the number of acres they are doing. They do 1,000 to 2,000 acres every year with this. One of the advantages of having a smaller seeding bar is actually you can get into a lot of places that the bigger seeders just can't get into. So these guys, this area around here is hilly and there's rock piles and trees and things like that. The bigger farmers just can't get into all of that land as effectively. So these guys lease a lot of the smaller blocks and get really good crops off them. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this look at a seeder on a medium-sized farm. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you again next time. Thanks. Bye.